Nowadays, if you want to destroy a country, you don't need an army. You can just ruin their education system and destroy the country forever. See, the education system has evolved over many years. And if you are a parent or a teacher, or in any way a stakeholder in education, then this program is just meant for you. I recently read a book which talks about the education system, and I would like to bring it across to you. Just stay tuned and cheers. So recently, I read this book, Reformations in Schooling. It is written by Sampath Kumar Daniel. This is about 69 pages and 240 rupees. So this book talks about the education system which is prevalent and the education system that ought to be. It talks about the education system that is prevalent in developed countries, how they are doing it, how they have designed their curriculum. It also talks about the education system that are there in poor countries. There are some countries which are very poor and they have a very minimalistic structure of education. So he draws a comparison that how the developed countries, how they have scaled up their education and that has contributed toward the growth in their economies, whereas the education system of the poor countries is so inadequate that they just cannot come out of their economic crisis. It also talks about the education system that is prevalent in this country. So there is a lot of delving about how the education is imparted nowadays. Here in this country, the education system is more of instructional in nature. That means there is a classroom and there are students and teachers. The teacher can give instructions to the student, and the students are supposed to hear and understand and absorb. Notes are given, perhaps. The students can write down the notes, they can learn, and they can write an exam based on their memory. The whole gamut is woven around reading from the book, imparting it into a voice format, and then the student has to again write notes, again learn it, and then give a memory test. So once the student moves on from one grade to the other, the memory erases for the previous grade. And today, if you ask a 10th standard student to take an exam of 5th standard, it's not necessary that he will be scoring full marks. Do you agree with that? Those who are watching me for the first time, please subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon and stay notified, and do post in your comments. So coming back to this book, it talks about the various stakeholders that are there for education. Now, this book is not meant for only the teachers or the schools to go through. It is for every stakeholder who have children going to school. It is also meant for children to understand what they are more eligible for. So, talking about the instructional system, how do we come around it? One way is to convert this instructional system into an experimental system. So what is experimental system? Rather than spending time in classrooms, the students must be going out and discovering things themselves. In some developed countries, they do not prescribe textbooks. They do not want the idea of one author to be embedded into your mind forever, and that becomes the source of your knowledge. They encourage the student to go through as many books or as many contents on the web as possible and discover the things themselves. In this way, they come across with so many enriching ideas, and then they have group discussions where again those ideas are churned and they bring out the best out of everyone's idea. So this is one way of doing the experimental system of education. Another thing is sharing of resources. There could be a cluster of schools in one area. Now, one school may be having a big playground, another school may be having a swimming pool instead of a playground. There could be another school which has a very good laboratory, a science laboratory. Another school could have an arts laboratory. So they can club their resources together, and the students can move across all the schools to experience the different facilities available in different schools. This way, one school is not burdened with creating and offering all kind of activities to the students, whereas the students of one school do not miss out on the activities of other schools. Now, this is a very brilliant concept when you discuss about it, but how you implement it practically, all the stakeholders have to come together. Also, there are some schools which are in very backward areas which do not have facilities at all. So, how to get the facilities across to those schools so that the geographical distance should not create boundaries between people within the same country. All the children in one country should get the opportunity equivalent of other students across. This book also talks about the new education policy and the UNESCO policy on education. So it defines the education system, it talks about its shortcomings, it talks about the ways and means to improve them. And hence, I recommend this book to everyone for reading. Also, from the same author, and in continuance of this series, there is one more book, Modulation and Technology, The Future of Education. This is in continuation of the previous book. This has got some 87 pages and priced at 178 only. Now, what is there in this book? It talks about the use of technology. See, this last 1.5 years have been very, very devastating for the students. There were no classrooms. We are talking about experimental schooling, and there were no classrooms happening. How can the student work in the laboratory and get those practical experiences? How can they only sit at home and read books or attend online classes and get the same quality of education that they are supposed to get? So this book talks about bringing the technology in use. Now there is going to be 5G network. So with 5G network, you can reach out to as many students across. It is not restricted to 2,000 students in one school and 2,000 in another. There can be 50,000 students connected to one lecture through these online lectures. Okay, these online classes are instructional, but at the same time, it can be improvised to show experiments to the students, to make them understand visually how things are happening. And maybe certain experiments could be possible of being conducted at home. So these are the innovative thoughts behind bringing the technology in use. Also, this situation is not going to be there forever, and there will be schools opening up again. But then, once it does, we should not revert back to that same old instructional education system. Now, the technology must be used. Simulation, for example. You can have so many simulation videos to watch for the students. You can have an auditorium, you can have a lab where they can watch the simulated examples of so many phenomena. So these are the uses of technology that are mentioned in this book. And also there is an emphasis on how to reach this technology out to the students. One thing is it requires a lot of capital expenditure to make those platforms, to reach it out to people, to have internet availability all across. There has to be seamless network connection without breaks or interruptions. So this is a huge task. It is not just that one school can declare that, okay, we have created a platform, but unless there is a internet reach out to every district, every village, the purpose will not be served appropriately. Another thing is very important in this, which is the trainability and the training of the teachers. These teachers are used to certain kind of teaching methods. Some are not even tech savvy. So how to train those teachers to handle these digital modes of education properly? How can they transmit the knowledge through these digital mediums to so many students? Also, there is a need for appropriate content creators who can create those teaching modules, because you can't expect all the teachers to go and create their own teaching modules. So the content creators have to create the appropriate teaching modules which can go across hand in hand with the efforts of the teachers, and they can be imparted to the student in a systemized manner. So these are very good concepts that are shared with this book, and the author has even talked about mass education and virtual laboratories. Like in virtual laboratories, you can have like video games. You can click. There can be, there can be a test tube. You can click. There can be 10 bottles of chemicals. You can take certain amount of chemical and put in that test tube. Add another chemical and see what is the reaction. If you add a wrong chemical, the reaction will be something else. If you add the right substances, then the reaction will be as per what you expect. So these are some brilliant concepts which are brought in by Sampath. So Sampath has been involved in this reformation of education sector for a long time, and he is associated with a group of people who can help schools reform with their technology. And hence, I can surely say that this book is going to benefit everybody, whoever is the stakeholder in the education sector. So here's my take on these two books. You see, there are so many books to read and entertain yourself and gain knowledge from. But this book talks about a very sensitive subject. These two books talk about the future of the country, which lies in the hands of the children. And the primary need for all these children is to give them proper education, which is substantive, which is useful, and which is practical. So this book has got action points in brief, and if one can go through this and if one resonates with these thoughts, then the possibilities become unlimited. So viewers, I recommend these two books to you. So viewers, I hope you are resonating with these thoughts with me. And those who have watched me for the first time, please subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon to stay notified. Also, please post in your comments, what do you think is the modern education system all about? How do you propose to improve on this? How do you want your children to grow up in this world? With this, I thank you very much for your patient listening. Namaste.